Yeah, you're here. This is the right place. Welcome to Cigar Time, your ever so friendly show all about premium cigars. Welcome back, everybody.
I was going to say,
Welcome back.
It's your ever so effervescent show all about premium cigars and whatever dumbass thing Tia says.
She's not here.
Why do you pick on the guy that's not here, or gal that's not here?
Because I thought she was here and I was going to say it anyway.
Knowing you, you would.
139.
You can say it.
What? We could say dumbass?
I think so.
I get. Well, an ass can be, you know, like a donkey or something like that.
But
Like certain swear words have dual meanings.
Yes.
I won't go into each one of them, but we're going to do
for
something about cigars, are we not?
we are.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Skip the swear words and let's go right into the cigars. Who's going to talk about today's cigar?
I can, since I have it written here.
We're smoking the CAO Brazilia Select. It's a new cigar.
But what's so special about it, Rob?
It's
so
a
special?
limited edition.
Why?
It's a
Why?
TAA exclusive.
And where is it available? Only
Only
with,
at TAA Cigars, and we're the only one in the area.
do we need to feed you more lines?
No.
We changed our name to TAA Cigars.
TAA Cigars. We should.
It's funny, it sounds a little like TA's. TA's cigar. Well, never mind.
Yeah.
Let's light up.
Scott,
What?
what's the blend?
The blend, I'm going to read it off, is a Connecticut Habano Grusso wrapper.
Grusso.
Doesn't sound appealing.
I have never heard of that. But
More me there.
it has a Brazilian binder, and the fillers are from the Dominican, Honduras, and Nicaragua.
This is a big
And
cigar.
I've never had this cigar
It's
before.
a 6.5 by 60, but it feels a lot bigger than that.
It does.
Well, you would
Don't
know.
think?
It's a generous cigar for sure.
Because I don't
is.
smoke this size cigar all that
Either do
often.
I don't smoke anything bigger than a 54, unless I have to.
This blend
And
is-
now I have to.
Scott's got a soul flavor. I forgot my lighter.
Too soon.
Wow. Solid silver something or another.
You guys have all had this before, right?
No.
Yes,
I
we
have.
have.
Yes.
Oh, you haven't?
And
Mary?
some of us
No, I
have.
wasn't here when you guys
Some have
broke
had-
it open.
Some of us who have good attendance were able to get some.
Or some of us that work at other stores.
or are
But
tardy.
okay, wait a second. Were you working in another store on
Monday?
Monday?
Ah.
No. Okay, there you go.
I was a slacker on Monday.
That's right. You're gonna laugh at me.
This is very different.
You're gonna laugh at me.
Different than what?
I just got a very distinct taste of bacon, and I have no idea why.
Have you been near Cameron lately?
I have not. Yeah, that's
our,
very
our
funny.
bacon man.
Maybe
Bacon.
think maybe just salty.
No, it's gone now. But I got a
You
blast.
sure
of
that
bacon.
wasn't indigestion?
It was not indigestion.
Did it taste like bacon, or is that what you thought of when you tasted?
reminded me of
And
bacon.
that's what tasting a cigar is.
I know.
That's why I got new car smell from
That's
that
why I
one.
said.
What is this large?
Thought of a new car.
What does this large cigar sell for?
$8.99.
$8.99? Are you kidding me?
Are you out of your mind?
What?
How can they do it so inexpensively?
You sound like a commercial.
We're insane.
Because they threw Honduran tobacco in it.
That's right. Thank you.
What did they do?
They threw
Put
Honduran.
Honduran tobacco in it.
We're sure this is only a 60.
I know. It feels bigger than that.
What's wrong with a cigar? It's great size.
He likes them big.
So we've heard. That's the scuttlebutt.
No
Wow.
pun intended.
That's right.
I'm getting some unidentifiable different flavors, like stuff that I haven't necessarily tasted before in a cigar.
Got a blast of different flavors, I will say that.
Yeah.
It does. It's very complex.
Does anybody taste bark?
There's no
Taste
bark
what?
in there.
Bark?
Bark.
I don't know what you guys did when you were a kid. Seriously. You guys must have sat around and
Lick
just
trees.
did nothing.
No, they played outside barefooted
I
on
did
broken
too.
glass.
Yeah. Absolutely.
$8.99. I'm still in shock.
You know
See,
what?
the TAA brings you cigars that not only are great cigars with different blends, different sizes, different names, whatever, but they also, have you noticed,
Extremely
beside it being a
affordable.
very, I mean, they made 1,000 boxes of these for the entire world. And I think we got 100 of them. We got 10% of the entire production. And how they do it for $8.99 in a limited run like this is beyond me.
But they're the only ones though that keep it that low.
No.
Aren't they?
No, there's quite
Who
a
are-
few of
Look
them.
at
all
the
the
New
other
World.
ones.
No,
well,
some of them
New
are
World.
500.
Okay.
The New World was
Only
$8. The Don
Yeah.
Pepin was
There's
only
a
10.
lot of them
Yeah.
are over $10.
Yeah, but still, for the scarcity, the complexity, the taste, and the fact that they're TAA cigars, I think means an awful lot.
Does anybody know if this cigar had some of that? Maybe that's what the Grusso is, that swamp tobacco, whatever, that was in the Amazon basin. Because I'm tasting some of that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think that's what that taste
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
I think
I think
that's
you're right.
exactly what that taste
You
is.
might be correct.
Maybe that's the
Wow.
Grusso.
Maybe.
Sure smokes like an expensive cigar.
Yes. It's got a lot of tobacco like an expensive cigar.
They're
This thing's
actually
putting out a ton of smoke.
Yeah,
It is.
Holy
Burn.
crap.
I think so far this year, I think that the TAA cigars that have come out, I've liked this year's crop a little bit better than last year's. I think the New World and the Don Pepin are the two best that have come out, in even including last year. This year, clearly the best, and I think they're a little bit better than I think last year. I think the Nat Sherman was the best, and the Tatuaje.
Pan American, yeah.
Yeah, but I think this year's crop's better, and we've got a lot more stuff coming in. We
Yeah,
only got
we
about
haven't-
half of this year's supply, right?
yeah.
The
Half? I didn't
EPCs
think it was
last
that
year
many.
were spectacular too.
Yeah,
in my
I know you
opinion.
really liked them. I thought
They were a little expensive, but they were very good.
Yeah. This year's I like this year's Tatuaje also. We had
Yeah.
went to with a Mexican wrapper, which is a little bit different than what they've done in the past.
I'm trying to think if I like.
Although they are releasing after the show, Tatuaje is releasing a cigar with a San Andreas wrapper.
Oh, nice.
That's getting very popular. I can't even believe this. I mean, for the longest time, until just maybe the last 5 or 6 years, you basically couldn't give away Mexican tobacco. Now all of a sudden, it's hotter than the Hades. So I mean,
It really is. I mean, but I mean during the boom, or even right after it. I mean, what were people smoking? Were they going for the stronger stuff, or were they going for
No.
whatever they get their hands
no,
on?
after the boom, no, during or after?
Let's say after.
Oh, after the boom, Dominicans certainly had the place out front. There were more Dominican cigars being
Yeah.
sold.
So mostly like medium, milder.
Yeah,
Maybe, maybe.
And then I would say in the last 15 years, and I could be off by a year or two, Nicaragua has really,
Oh, yeah.
really. And now the importation of Nicaraguan cigars, it's just slightly ahead of Dominican. And when you consider the makers who are in the Dominican, which are household names,
Yeah.
for Nicaragua to overtake the Dominican says a lot about
But the thing is, those companies are moved into Nicaragua.
Yes,
That's
a lot of
why.
them are joint places.
So.
Well, where I was going is maybe this is just moving along with the taste of the flavor profile that people are looking for now.
Well, clearly the cigars are more north of medium today than they were 15 years ago.
Right.
During the boom, it was that's where the terminology dog rocket came from.
I'm sure.
And sadly, there was a lot of not such great cigars.
But there were so many cigar smokers that were new. They probably didn't even know the difference.
they were smoking-
Like that's when I started, so I probably wouldn't have even known the difference.
Yeah, and I think people that have grown, like yourself, people that have grown since the boom and who were around during the boom, you know, the palates are far more sophisticated today. I think another thing that nobody talks about much, I think the internet has really educated people.
Yes.
I think
Yes,
all the
absolutely.
information that's available on the internet to break down what the tobaccos inside a cigar really are,
Right.
the taste profile. I mean, a lot of it is, you know, to those of us who are in the industry and kind of know what's going on, a lot of it is puff and that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of good information.
Well,
It's
you can see how people have moved toward that information versus magazines, because Cigar Aficionado used to be this thick, and now it's like
now it's called
probably
aficionado.
it's probably a third.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably a third
Yeah,
the size
yeah.
too.
But it still has some
It's
good
still interesting, yeah.
It's still a good magazine. It's not what it was 15 years ago. But it clearly still, and there's a number of other magazines that are out there. But again, the internet just blows everybody away. It's right there on your laptop, your phone.
Yes.
I mean, you can get so much information.
But you have to be patient because you have to get past the
Yeah.
first 30 pages of ads.
Exactly. But 20 years ago, they used to come in with notes. They used to come in with handwritten notes. You know, do you have this, or what's this about? Blah blah blah. Now they come in with their smartphones, and you know they're taking the UPC codes off, and that brings up the blend and everything.
Yep.
It's really. I think today, at least in the 25 years we've been in the business, I think this is the best time to be a smoker. I think you've got a lot of quality cigars out there. I mean, I think there's a lot more quality than lack of quality, actually. And I think the pricing of cigars today, when you adjust for inflation and when you go up against competing, and I always do it with a milkshake. I always compare a good cigar to a milkshake. And I'm sure, although I've not checked recently, I'm sure a milkshake is $6 or $7 anymore. More or
Depends
less.
on where you go.
No,
Actually, none of those good milkshakes. Wawa has a good milkshake,
Well,
and it's less than $5. It is
Okay.
$5.
but I'm talking about the old-fashioned mixed master,
Oh, yeah,
big
yeah, yeah.
metal cup.
Oh,
or-
yeah.
I think around $5. Yeah.
So when you consider what a cigar costs that can last you an hour, hour and a half, and what a milkshake costs that you drink down in about 5 minutes, and either get a headache from the freeze or you gain 5 pounds, you know, a cigar is
Both.
actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I know that's a crazy analogy, but it's not. If you really dissect it, it's not as crazy as you think.
We get a lot of new people in the middle of June because of graduations,
Yes.
Sure.
and
A ton of them yesterday.
a lot of them were talking about, you know, how it's like it's cool to just, it helps them calm down and relax. It's amazing how much I've heard that over the last couple of weeks versus under normal circumstances, and
But-
I think that's,
But you want to hear the amazing thing?
yes, I do.
Some of our stores are near colleges, and they get a lot. You're right, this time of year, but that's going to stop. You know why?
The smoking age may go up.
Well, the smoking age not may, it is going up. It'll be going up to 21, so you're going to eliminate a lot of the 18-year-olds who have just graduated from high school.
Yep.
You're going to eliminate a lot of the freshmen in college and even the juniors, or sophomores, I guess, sophomores. And I mean, and that's a shame. That's a crime.
There's a lot of schools, high schools, that the tradition is they go and
Yeah.
at graduation they all smoke a cigar. They're not going to be able to do that anymore.
And you want to hear the irony? The laws they're working for legal marijuana all say 18.
Yeah.
You might be able to go into a store and buy a joint.
But you
Can't
can't
buy
smoke
a
a
cigar.
cigar.
Smoke a cigar. That's the greatest.
That's ridiculous. That's where this country's come to. That's ridiculous.
Well, we keep voting for these imbeciles. Excuse me.
Uh,
Finely crafted
no,
politicians.
No, they're not. I don't know.
Well, just remember, us smokers, when you go to the polls, remember you want to vote for the right people.
Yeah. And also, that's not going. They're not going to be grandfathered in either. So if you're 19 and they raise it to 21, you're not allowed to do it anymore.
Yeah, it's not like they did with the drinking
It's not like
age.
with the drinking age. When
No.
you were 18, they raised it to 21. If you were already 18, you could still drink. They're not doing that this year or this time.
Well, it hasn't passed yet. I'm sure
Well,
it will,
yeah.
but
Oh, it will. I think.
But who's
it's-
gonna
I-
vote against
I
it?
think it's going to be federal. I think the
well,
federal.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
I
That would require Congress actually doing something.
They did. No, there's a bill.
Oh no! To be against smokers, the Congress will do it. Believe me. Remember, when they go into the firehouse to debate, the guy who's for smoking and the guy who's against smoking, you know who gets most of the votes.
Yeah.
And that's a sad commentary on life in this country, but it is the.
And, that's only, and they only vote that way for re-election. They don't do it because that's what they believe.
I
because they all
actually-
smoke.
because they can go back and say, "Oh, I voted against smoking."
I
That's
think
what
people
That's
have,
why they do it.
I actually think people have one specific thing that they vote on. Some people, it's, you know, the gun control or not gun control,
Yeah.
or pro-abortion or anti-abortion, or, you know, pro-union, anti-union. You have that one single thing, and whatever candidate is on your side, despite everything else,
Yeah.
then that's the way their vote goes. I think they're
It's a sad commentary. People don't vote their conscience; they vote to keep their phony baloney jobs, as the famous line from the movie Blazing Saddles said. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Those of us who are old enough to remember how things were, it's a lot different today. And sadly, the taking away of a lot of our rights will just continue.
oh, absolutely.
Just continue. Well, I think we should give our first true commentary on the cigar. We've been babbling on. So, Moose, you want to start?
I really like this.
I kind of knew
So
you would say that.
It's mellower than I usually like it, but it tastes very good. I consider it like a medium-bodied cigar. You know me, I like my full-bodied, but this is enjoyable. It's an enjoyable cigar.
Marianne?
I'm getting similar characteristics with the La Gloria Spanish press because of the Brazilian tobacco that's in it. And I can definitely taste the Honduran tobacco in it, which is not my favorite at all. So I have that harshness in the back of my throat that I do not enjoy with the Honduran. That being said, construction's great, ash is pretty good. So it's a good cigar so far.
Okay, Scott?
It's very interesting. It's almost like a very sweet smoke.
Yeah.
I agree with Moose as far as I expected this to be more of a powerhouse than it really is.
Because of the bigness and color.
Yeah, I think so.
It just gives you that impression right off the bat.
Yeah, but I'm also agreeing with Marianne as I can feel a little scratchy in the back of my throat. Not as harsh as others, but I can feel it there. But there's a sweetness in the smoke, and there may be some citrusy going on, but other than that, I can't identify the flavors. But I enjoy them.
Rob?
I'm getting a hint of cocoa in it, and I definitely get the sweetness. I can definitely taste the Honduran tobacco in here, which also I am not also a fan of. I just don't like that. But I'm not getting the scratchiness in the back of the throat from that. But you can definitely taste the Honduran tobacco. I'm trying to figure out which one I like better, this year's CAO TAA or last year's.
Well, that's
I
the
think
fun.
I
You get to
think
smoke them all.
Yeah, last year's I thought was really good.
It was.
I'm really liking this cigar, even though
Nice.
it's my second one. The first one I didn't get a real chance to smoke because I was, we were out front, we were working and doing stuff. But now I'm getting a chance to relax and smoke this. I like this cigar. I just don't like the size.
No, it's just not your size.
It's not my size. But then if it was a different size, it might taste totally different.
True.
So,
True.
who knows?
Why do I have a feeling this is like a 2-hour cigar?
Oh, it's easy. It took me 2.5, almost 2 hours, 45 minutes to smoke.
You
this
get your
cigar.
money's worth for sure.
Yeah, because I'm looking. I'm like, okay, we're what 20 minutes into the show, and I'm a half an inch in.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's
Yeah, that's
interesting.
what they used to call an all-day sucker.
Yeah.
That's
Look
interesting.
what Marianne's got a nice ash there.
Thanks.
Right?
The Moose. Let me say how. Yeah, Moose is like. This is down to like a freaking Rothschild, a 60 ring gauge Rothschild
This is
right
back
now.
to a nub now.
Well, as for me, it's not my favorite size either, but I certainly enjoy the smoke. I'm getting a little bit of a sweet finish, which is nice. I'm not getting the harshness in the back of my throat like you guys are, but I'm also not predisposed to not liking Honduran tobacco. I will say it's usually not my number one, but the mixture I think works. And again, for the size and the price, it's really hard to beat. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of major manufacturers, this size is north of $10.
Yeah, oh, easy. Yeah.
And you can't completely discount the price.
You can when you rate it, you can. You can't discount the price when you're buying it, no, because for the value you're getting for the size cigar
It's amazing.
is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
But when you're rating it, it has nothing to do with it.
Plus, if you like them once they're gone, they're gone.
And that's
Yeah,
true.
that's it,
So
yeah.
don't fall in love with it because it's, like you said, once they're
Or
gone, they're
buy
gone.
as much as you can.
Or buy them all.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
buy
no,
'em all.
let's not get carried away. We'll buy them all. We want to have enough for everybody.
We sent these to all the stores.
All the
didn't
stores have
Yes.
plenty of them.
we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we got a tenth of what they made.
We
So,
got a
yeah.
tenth of what they made, yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
We got 15%
Although,
of AJ's,
I was just going to say, not as
The
much
New
as
World.
AJ, I know.
and that's $8. But it's not this size. But it's a pretty hefty cigar in itself.
That's a good cigar.
That is a great cigar.
Yeah.
We should do that sometime.
Let's do it next week.
We can do it next week.
We could do it next week.
Ah, there we go.
There's an
So if
idea.
you want to smoke with us, next week we'll be smoking the TAA AJ cigar.
The
New World
The
AJ.
Rondo.
Should somebody explain to people who might be new what the TAA is?
You go all the time.
Yeah, I do. Well, the TAA, very simply put, is a group of the leading retailers in the United States. as we call them, brick and mortar. There's 72 of us. You have to be invited in. It took us 10 years to get in. And now that we're in, it's a wonderful thing, because not only do we conference in person once a year, and then we do a virtual conference in late in the year in October.
That was cool.
And I guess we discuss a lot of things that are happening in the industry, especially from the legislative standpoint. We discuss marketing ideas and all the things that retailers should be discussing. And then the companies that participate from the company side make these special cigars, and they're made by about 20 or 25 different companies. We usually participate in all of them. We buy as many of them as we rationally can, and we try to bring them to you. And the way the separation is with TAA retailers, we try to put them far enough apart that you're not competing with one another. So the nearest TAA retailer to us is about 75 miles away. So in the Philadelphia market, we're it. And these cigars are available at all the stores. Some last longer than others because, again, being limited, there's a lot of hype on these cigars. If you go on the internet and you research the TAA exclusive front marks, you'll find that there are limited amounts of these being made. Typically, they try to put their best foot forward. They try to make.
They definitely do.
They definitely do, and they try, in most cases, to price them at very affordable prices, which is another amazing thing. But these are the creme de la creme of retailers in the United States. Most have multiple stores like we do, and they're in all the major cities, and we're very happy to be part of this. Our conference the last couple of years was in Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic at the beautiful Casa de Campo Resort. And if you look that up, you'll see what I'm talking about. Beautiful resort. Next spring, it'll be in Cabo San Lucas in Mexico, where it hasn't been in about 3 years.
Yeah, nobody wants to go to Dominican now.
No.
Well, I think they're going to find out that this problem is caused by somebody spiking the little liquor bottles in the mini bars. At first, I thought it might have been Legionnaire's disease, but when it was happening at multiple resorts.
Then on ships.
And I was just praying that none of this was going to be happening at Casa de Campo, because that is a really deluxe resort. And it's sad because the area in Punta Cana is a beautiful area, and that's where a lot of this is happening. And it's very, very sad, very, very sad. And it's more than just coincidence. So I think somebody was spiking the little bottles in the mini bars. I think that's what it's going to come down to.
Plus, with the TAA, there are certain cigars that are like the Ashton has the VSG,
right,
and there's a Padron Toro
that are available year round.
There are a couple of others that are they're available all the time, so they're not as limited.
But only to TAA members.
Only to TAA members. Stuff like the I don't. Is this going to be a? Yeah, this is going to be an exclusive for this year.
That's it.
So there are once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, most of the companies just make an exclusive for that year.
Yeah,
and a couple like Padron and Ashton, maybe one other. They have a continuing series for the TAA retailers.
Right, and other companies, there's Ashton, Fuentes participated.
Yeah.
CAO, Tatuaje, La Flor Dominicana. They actually make some really good ones. My father, AJ, actually this year's AJ's first year.
We got 15%.
Christoph makes one.
Nat Sherman.
Yeah, Nat Sherman makes a really nice one. That's right. The Brickhouse hasn't come in yet, has it?
No, but I think they're on the way.
What other ones? What else are we missing?
Gurkha?
Gurkha makes one?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
We just don't buy it.
No kidding. So there's a lot of retailers that make stuff for the TAA.
And you can go to taa.org and you can see, you can't get into the members pages, but you can see where the retailers are throughout the United States. And when you're traveling, and you can rest assured that if you go into a TAA retailer, more than not, you're going to be dealing with the leading retailer in the area. And
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, not to blow our own horn, but we like to think of ourselves as the leading retailer.
Because we never do that.
We never blow our own horn, no. But toot, toot, toot. All right, so that's the TAA, but go to taa.org and you'll see a lot more information. And of course, on the internet, there's tons of information about the TAA and the exclusive lines of cigars, which are very good and usually priced very modestly. Say it again. So are we ready to start our final review? Because we're going to be smoking this cigar till next week.
Yeah, yeah.
A sweet smoke, a little bit of citrusy on the flavor. When I first lit it, I got some cocoa, but that was it. I'm not feeling it as much in the back of my throat.
Aha! I knew that was coming.
So yeah, I guess it's smoothed out. It's medium bodied. I don't like. I wish it was a Toro. I'll give it a 9.
What is a Toro? Just take.
Yeah.
And like cut a quarter of
half,
it
like
off.
half off.
Just slice it, take it down to a
Shave it a little
54. It's just too big for my mouth.
Well,
Really?
I guess you don't want to smoke a 70 or 80.
No, thank you. I did that once.
I like this cigar a lot. I really do. I think I like it better than last year's. I'm
That
still
last
getting.
was pretty good. That
It
sold
was.
right out.
It was a very good
It
cigar.
disappeared quickly.
Again, it's the size, just the size. I mean, if you're a big cigar smoker, you're gonna love
You're
this
gonna
cigar.
love this cigar.
Absolutely. If you like big cigars, I know Moose.
A lot of people are
Moose
out there
loves
like
the
them.
size. Yeah.
They don't call them moose for
I'm
no
still
reason.
getting the sweetness. I'm still getting a hint of cocoa, not as much as I did in the beginning, and I still get that Honduran tobacco.
It's almost it's almost a burnt cocoa, like a not.
Yeah, and that makes it real sweet. So I like this. I give it a 9.3. It's more than a 9.25, and it's not 9.5 because of the size. So I give it a 9.3.
Did you put a number on this guy?
You did 9.
9.
Okay.
I give it a 9.3.
Moose?
I'm enjoying the hell out of this. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great cigar. Size is fine for me. I never got the harshness at the back of my throat.
Yeah, me neither. I never
I
got
never
it.
got that. I do catch some of the sweetness that everyone's talking about. And as Art said, the burnt cocoa.
Scott.
I'm getting a little of that, or Scotch.
It was
sorry.
actually Scott.
Okay.
Mine was like burnt ends.
That's not bad either.
I
That's
like
not bad
burnt
either.
ends.
I'm enjoying it. I would pair up a 5 Saints white whiskey with this and a Yingling lager.
Yeah, I could see
I,
that.
I would, both
definitely.
of those will work
I had
very well
Yingling
with
Lager
this.
this weekend. I had one. It was good. Put a number.
9.
Marianne?
Let's see. Still tasting a lot of the Honduran. It's stronger than these guys are talking about. I'm going to go medium full. It wasn't in the beginning, but it's turning that now. Definitely feeling the Honduran, and so far so good. Till you.
Number?
9.
Oh, okay.
We're running
That's
out
fair.
of time.
Well,
Holy
I'm
crap.
enjoying this cigar. The little bit of harshness I got at the light is completely gone now. I'm getting a really nice, I guess cocoa is close. I'm really enjoying it. I give it a 9.25. Don't forget, watch our Saturday night show, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Ciao for now, everybody.